We're gonna do this. Bonk.
Baby, she a down. You all up on my mind. Sure you looking bad and I can tell she in a prime. Her body like an hourglass, I know that she defined. I know she hold it down for me, she'd even hold the nine. She one of a kind, Scorpio the sign. Only hit it once, I had to go and hit rewind. Let's run that back.
What it do, baby? It's your girl Carly Sarah back at again with a YouTube video. You already know the vibes. Today I have a story time for you guys, and that's why I got a blanket. That's why I'm all cozy all up in my living room, is because I got a very juicy story time for you guys. I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I caught a player, or like a fuckboy, or like I wouldn't say cheater, because like he just plays girls, like he doesn't like date girls, like how I caught a player, okay? But yeah, I'm finna be telling you guys about the time I caught a player and played the game better. I played him, sis. The fuck you thought this was, bitch? I gotta stay popping, I gotta stay on my shit. I played the game better. So join with me, get your blanket, get cozy, you know, get your chips, your popcorn, your drinks. Let's get into it. But before I start off with the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn post notifications on, and follow me on all my social media, which will be linked in the description box below. And yeah, let's get into it. Hold on, let's call him Carlos or Carlo, because like that's the most similar to my name, and like I really don't want to say his real name because this is fucked up. So I was freshly talking to this guy, like fresh out of a relationship type shit, you know, my guard is up. I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want to see where his headspace was at. Like I just wanted to get to know him, you know, see if that's someone that will potentially be my man. But like I'm not like head over heels over him, you know what I mean? My intentions were to just talk to him and nobody else. Point, period, blank. How I am as a person, I don't like talking to multiple guys. I like to stick to one, see where like that goes, and if it doesn't go well, then all right, thank you, next, move on to the next. So that's how I am. So like things were going good, you know, me and him are FaceTiming, we're texting. So me and Carlos were talking for 2 months, and I was already like on toes about him, but for some reason, you know, like I kept it going, like I kept wanting to see where his headspace is at. There were certain times throughout like this talking stage where he would say things that were like not alarming, but like things that I've never heard from any other man. You know, like he would say things that my ex never said to me before. Like he would randomly say he appreciated me, randomly call me beautiful. Like he would do like little things to like, you know, get under my skin. Okay, pause. I gotta give a backstory to this. I met him back in 2017 when I was with my other ex. So I dated a guy back in 2017, and that's how I met him. But they are no longer friends. They are beefing over some sort of like car situation. I think one of them stole a car, and I put the blame on someone, or like something to do with a car. He knows, he is aware that me and my ex were together for like 3-4 months, you know? So he would constantly bring him up sometimes, and it would annoy me, and we would get into like little arguments. Like me and him would get into like little arguments, not like full-blown arguments, like little petty arguments, because he would bring up my ex, and I would just give dry responses. I'm like, okay, but all right, whatever, like you want to keep bringing him up, okay, bye, okay, bye, okay, bye. Like I would give dry responses, and then he'd be like, okay, my bad, my apologies. I just can't get over the fact that you and him were together once upon a time. And I kept like reassuring him and like telling him all the time, like it's been 2 years, you know? I haven't dated him in 2 years, haven't spoke to him in 2 years, haven't had any sort of communication with him in 2 years. And he just felt insecure, which didn't make sense to me. That was like one of the red flags. Like, he kept being insecure. Mentality at the time was, if you're moving super insecure and defensive with what you're saying, it means you're doing something behind my back that you don't want me to know. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, that was what was running through my head, and that was my intuition. Like, that was like what I was feeling. So 2 weeks before we stopped talking, he started moving dry. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, this man's moving drier than the Sahara Desert, drier than the patties at any TTC station. Like, he's moving dry. Like, he'd be like, hey, okay, how are you? What are you saying? Okay. Like, he would just give me dry ass fucking responses. And I had it up to here. So I called him. Like, I personally went out of my way to call him after like 3 days of him being dry. And I'm like, okay, so why are you being dry? I asked him straight up. I'm like, yo, why you being dry? He's like, I'm just not in the mood. Like, things are happening in my life. And like, you know, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, I just need you to be here for me and support me. Me being a dumbass. Me being the fucking dumbass. I fell for that shit. So what did I do? I fell asleep on fucking FaceTime with him, trying to be there for him, comfort him after 3 days of this man being dry to me. Hey, Carly, like, really, Carly? Like, are you serious right now? You really spent the whole night comforting him after he was dry to you for 3 days. Like, that, you lost the plot. You lost the fucking plot. I look back at it now and I could have, no, I would never do that. Ever again. Like, I'm looking back at the situation now, I'm like, I would never do that again. Oh, for no man, for no one am I, never. So here's some more information about myself and how I am as a person. I am crazy when you make me go crazy. Okay? So the moment I feel like you're playing me, I am going to go a little crazy and do my motherfucking research. So the next day after that long ass phone call, I message him and I'm like, hey, like, is it okay if I post this photo of us? Like, we look good. He's like, no, don't do that. My mom doesn't allow me to date. I'm like, but we look so cute. He's like, I know, baby. Like, our kids would look so gorgeous. He said some shit like that. And I'm like, wait a damn minute. I remember, I'm like, hold on a goddamn minute. You brought up to me that you live with your sister because your mom and your dad are not present in your life. How they live in the US. So 1 + 1 was not equaling 2. You know, like, how are you gonna say, like, no, my mom doesn't want me to date, like, doesn't allow me to date? I'm like, yo, broski, you brought up, and I think he forgot that he had mentioned to me that he lives with his sister. So I'm like, okay, no, that's a red flag. So I went crazy, cause I'm not trying to get played out here. You had me fucked up. You had me fucked up if you think I'm gonna sit here and believe that bullshit, how your parents doesn't want you dating, when you, like, no. So I did my research. I got on a fake account. I did my little stalking. So here's my little crazy side. Here's where I get a little toxic. Can't help it. Sorry. But I know what his ex looks like. I know his ex. Like, I don't personally know her, but I've seen her on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, Toronto's a very, like, big / small city where, like, everybody knows everybody, and I just know of her. So I know what she looks like. I know that she's light skinned, she's got curly hair, she's got colored eyes. So I went into his following off a fake account and I looked at every girl's profile with, like, curly hair, light skin, with, like, colored eyes. And when I looked at their accounts, some of them are public, right? I looked in their comments and boy, oh boy, jackpot. Jesus Christ. Motherfucking jackpot, I tell you guys. It was like, oh, and I was looking at the day. It was like, when I tell you that shit was jackpot to me, that shit was jackpot to me. Like, it looked like gold to my eyes. I was looking at the day it was commented, the day the post was posted. Like, I was looking at all the motherfucking details, and bitch, I found a shit ton of shit. I found him commenting under there, hard eye emojis, drooly face emojis, damn girl you fine, bad bitch. I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, damn, you take me for an idiot. You take me for an idiot. You really thought I was an idiot. So that night, I'm like, okay, you know what? Two can play at this game. This is where the inner Scorpio Carly, like crazy Scorpio Carly, comes out. I'm like, two can play at this game. You want to go play me when you literally be talking all this like grand and glorious sweet stuff to me, trying to make me catch feelings for you, being dry for 3 days, have me spending a whole night on the phone with you, comforting you, for me to find out that you doing this shit. I understand we not together. I understand we just talking. But in my opinion, if you talking to somebody, you staying loyal. Point, period, blank. If you not staying loyal, then just be straight up with the girl. Don't be entertaining it the way you were entertaining me. You know, if all you want is fucking pussy, let the bitch know. She'll probably give you some pussy. You know, be straight up. Like, don't pull some sneaky shit and some player shit on me, because I will play the game better. Point, period, blank. The fuck you thought this was? You're about to sit here for almost 2 months, have me believing, no, sorry, no. You tried to get me and I caught you left fucking handed. So you cannot play me. You did not play me. The fuck? Because I did not catch feelings. So I'm like, this boy really tried to play me. But you know what? Nice to meet you. I'm the coach. Let me control the game. The fuck you thought this was? Knowing that this was all going down, I screenshotted everything. So I screenshotted it all. And I wanted like legitimate fucking proof. Proof, sis. Like, I wanted like, for some reason at the time, like those comments were like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I wanted proof. So when I tell you, I messaged one of my girls who's light skinned, curly hair, colored eyes, who's really fucking pretty. Shout out to you. You know who the fuck you is. Shout out to my baby fucking girl. Love you, sis. I reached out to one of my homegirls and I said, baby, do me a favor. She's like, what, Carly? Like, let me know. I'm like, I'm gonna unfollow you off absolutely everything and you're gonna DM this guy and you're gonna get proof for me. And she's like, period, say less. So I told her, I'm like, yo, do me a favor and like entertain this man and get me the proof that I fucking need. Because once I have this in my hand, my next step is game over. Because if I just left it at the comments, the thing that I did, that I was planning on doing after, would have been fucked up. Like, it would have been way too much. I would have crossed the lines. It wouldn't have been enough. So I needed proof, like in the DMs proof. So me and my girl unfollowed each other. She starts flirting with him, likes up all his pictures, and then the DMs come. You know what, fuck it. You know, 2021, I don't got no chill. There's a screenshot of him saying he was single, that he doesn't have a girl. But okay. Player, always a player. But okay. Cover this one text cause his name shows. So have me fucked up. It's okay. So I got the proof. I got the motherfucking screenshots. You know, it's time for me to work my magic. Okay, so I got the screenshots, obviously. When I tell you I was so quick to message my ex from 2017, I was so quick to message him. I messaged him and I'm like, hey. And he's like, whoa, Carly, I haven't heard from you since like 2017. How are you? You know, we're having small talk. Congratulations. I came back to you asking you for a favor. Swoops. I don't know what to say about that. Like, I don't know. So we're having conversations, right? Whatever the case may be. I'm up, we're having small talk. He's asking about my mom, he's asking about my dad, I'm asking about his baby sister. Asking him to send me videos of his baby sister because I used to play with her all the time. So I asked him for a fucking favor. And I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? And he's like, what? I just need you to talk to me the way you used to talk to me back in 2017. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, give me your number. So then I FaceTime him. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I just need you to do me a favor, like real quick. And he's like, what? I'm like, talk to me the way you were talking to me back in 2017. He's like, I don't fucking remember how to do that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that was so long ago. We were 15, Carly. Like, I don't know how, like, what? I'm like, all right, I'll start. I'm like, I miss you. And he's like, I miss you more. I can't wait to see you this Friday. And I'm like, whoa. I literally said it on FaceTime. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, what? You told me to talk to you the way I was talking to you in 2017. I used to say that to you all the time. Because Fridays, we had spares after school. So we would always see each other on Fridays. So I was like, whoa. And he's like, right? Like, I miss you. I'm going to bring food. Don't worry. I left it at that. You know? And I told him, I'm like, thank you so much. So then I left it at that, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. I gotta go deal with something. And he is like, all right, holler at me if you ever need anything. You know, I'm here for you. You know, I still love you. And I'm like, good, great, absolutely amazing. I'm like, yeah, family, I already done know. Anyways, so I'm here gathering up all of this stuff, and I remember my ex's old Snapchat is still on my Snapchat. So, and I found his old Snapchat and I scrolled up to our old convos, right? So you know, like the chat between me and my girl, it was like, it's recent, right? So I screenshotted that. And I screenshotted the old like messages between me and my ex. And I don't know how the fuck I did it, but like I was able to like Photoshop the dates and like the names to make it look like the conversation that I had with my ex back then was recent. Like, I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did, okay? And the next day I was ready to pop off. And you know, I call him and I'm like, hey baby. Okay, no, I didn't call him baby. I'm like, hey baba. Oh my god. That's how you know. That's just how you fucking know. If you're from Toronto and you call someone baba. Good Lord. So then I asked him, I'm like, yo, you know, like we started talking back in like January, right? Like it's been 2 months. And he's like, yeah, like we literally worked together or talking during Valentine's Day. He literally wrote me a paragraph saying happy Valentine's Day. Like that, you know, what? It's weird. So I asked him, I'm like, so where do we stand? And he's like, you know, I want you. You know, you're the only girl in my life that I want. And you're so independent. You have so much potential. You got your shit going for yourself. I've never met a girl like you. Like, I really do want to get to know you more as a person. He's like, what do you mean? You're my girl. I'm like, whoa, liar. Cap star. I smell a big fat fib. Fuck. So he's like, you know, you're my girl. You know, I love you. You know, I want you. Like, you're my rider. Like, I forgot what he said. Fuck. What did he say? He's like, yeah, you're my girl, like, you know I want you, you know you're the only girl in my life right now, you're my ride or die. I've never met a girl like you before, like, where's this all coming from? So I hung up the phone because I don't like liars. Like, I can't stand fucking liars. So I hung up the phone and I wanted to see what he was gonna do after. He wrote me the biggest fucking paragraph. The biggest paragraph. Fam. Yo. I'm gonna see if I can find the paragraph, but if I can't, then my apologies. If I can, then I'll insert it in this video. But it's ginormous. Like, when I tell you I had to scroll my finger twice to read it all, I had to scroll my finger twice to read it all. He wrote me the biggest paragraph saying how much he appreciates me, how I was there for him, like, when shit was going on with his life, how I stay on the phone with him, how, like, I care about him, how I'm independent, how I'm not like these bitches out here. Like, you know, he was doing that shit. And I'm looking at it like, cut, like this, cut. Like, I'm like, cut, like what? Like, this is complete bullshit. I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, this is complete fucking bullshit. Like, this is bullshit. I don't know why the fuck you would waste your time to write me this big ass fucking paragraph when you know damn well you're going around acting like you single. Don't do that. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys that I didn't catch feelings. Like, I liked the man. Like, he was cute. You know, he had a little baby face. You know, he was a good sweet talker. Like, I entertained it because I was fucking with him, but I wasn't fucking with him hard. So right after he sent that big paragraph, I just sent all the screenshots. I just loaded them up. I loaded them up and I sent them all at once. So I sent all the screenshots. When I tell you all the fucking screenshots, I sent all of it. All at once, through DMs. I said boom, 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 boom. No, not today. And I was like, this tells a different story though. And he just leaves it on scene for like a good 4 or 5 hours. And I'm waiting for his response. And he's like, Carly, what the fuck? And I'm like, honey, if you're gonna play the game, you better fucking play it better. Cause little do you know, then I sent this screenshot of like me and my ex and like the photoshopped screenshot. Little do you know, I played the game just as good. This right here is the fake screenshot. I like to say I played you very well, and he goes, I already knew. So I sent all the screenshots between me and my ex and like the photoshopped screenshots, and I said, if you're gonna play the game, you better play it better than the coach. Put his name in this paragraph, so I'm not even gonna like move my finger, but baby boy, if you're gonna play the game, be fucking good at it. Baby boy, if you wanna be a player, be good at the game, cause I'm the fucking coach.
Told y'all I was petty.
I literally said that word for word. And when I tell you this man rang my line, fucking rang my line. I got about 240 missed calls from him and I kept declining it. I even put my phone on D&D for a little bit, like up to like this man was going psycho. After like 20 minutes of him ringing my line down, 240 missed calls later, I answered the phone. And this man is mad. Like, mad. He's on some like, yo, why the fuck are you fucking with my ops? I told you I had issues with him the moment I started talking to you. You went and you're a snake, you're a slut, you're a whore. Like, he started calling me so many fucking names. He's like, how could you fucking do that? I told you my issues with him from the very beginning. I told you I don't fuck with him no more. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I ain't do nothing to you. Those messages are old. Those things. I'm like, yo, bullshit. I literally said bullshit, goodbye. Hung up, and I literally said, call me one more time and I promise you I'm not gonna take this shit lightly. I'm not taking this shit lightly. So he stopped ringing my phone, and his best friend, whoa, his best friend messages me. And he goes, yo, Carly. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, yo, Carlos is wrong for all that shit. Like, he shouldn't have treated you like that. You're a beautiful girl. Like, I want you to know that, like, I appreciate you even though I've never met you before. I'm just shooketh at this point. I'm like, your best friend came into my DMs to like, you know, calm everything up, or like kiss my ass, or like ride my dick, or like some shit like that. Like, it's just fun. Like, I was just like, I felt gassed because your best friend messaged me after this all went down. Like 3-4 hours after this all went down, your best friend messaged me, calling me beautiful, apologizing for your behalf. Like, he's messaging me on your behalf saying how you shouldn't have done that to me. Like, that shit's whack. That's whack. You know, like, those are your best friends, right? That's supposed to be your best friend, your top boy. You guys post pictures together. You guys are always together. And he's coming to me, messaging me, saying he shouldn't have done that shit to you. So then what do? I'm like, yo, fam, FaceTime me. So me and him were on FaceTime for a good maybe 4 hours. Like, we were on FaceTime till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Then he messages his friend. So I'm telling him, so I'm literally going into detail and I'm explaining to him the whole situation. He's like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, he shouldn't have done that. He's stupid. Blah, 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 blah. So then he goes out of his way to message Carlos on some dumb shit. On some, like, savage, crazy shit. This is the message that his best friend sent to him. As you can see, it's a screenshot and we were already on FaceTime for 30 minutes. Okay, so he messages Carlos on some dumb shit, talking about like, yo, you actually lost a real one, fam. Like, you fucked up on this one. Like, if it was any other girl, you know, fam, like, I let you do your playing shit. But this one specifically, you done fucked up. Because this one knows what she's doing. She's got her head screwed on straight, fam. Like, you're a dumbass for this one. You lost Carly. And you'll never have the, like, ability to ever talk to her like that again. And when I tell you... And when I tell you guys, Carlos... My son is real. I'm beeping it out. When I tell you guys, Carlos blew up my line again. He blew the bitch up again. But thank God I have a MacBook. So then I FaceTimed his best friend off my MacBook and I answered the call on like my phone when Carlos called me. And he's like, what the fuck, Carly? Like, that's my top dog. What the fuck are you telling him? Bro, you're a big, like, you're wrong for that. You're fucked for that. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, he starts paging me. He's like, that pussy N-word is fending for you? Like, what the fuck? That's supposed to be my N-word, but he's fucking switched. He's a snake. Like, fuck that N-word. He kept saying it. Little does he know, his best friend's listening to the whole goddamn thing on my fucking MacBook. So then, his best friend messages him again and says, watch yourself. Like, watch yourself. And when I tell you, 3 days later, he got jumped and stained. He got jumped and stained. And I didn't even know about it. I did not even know about it. There's a video of him getting jumped and stained. I'm not gonna put it out there just because, like, you know, we're not gonna do that. I'm not that petty. It's 2021. Like, I'm not that petty, but he got jumped and he got stained. He went out of his way to trash talk his boy to me. Little did he know his boy was listening the whole time. His boy. You know, so like, it makes, I don't know, like, I don't know how that played out. All I know is that, like, I got a phone call one day from, like, one of my other guy friends, and he's like, yo, Carlos got jumped. There's a video, check Snapchat. I opened up Snapchat, I saw 5 videos, and I'm like, whoa. But karma, I guess? Is that karma? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so before, like, I had nothing to do with him getting jumped. I didn't even know he was gonna get jumped. I didn't know that they were gonna go beat him the fuck up and take all his clothes. I didn't know that. Okay, like on everything I love, I did not know that. Like that situation was beyond my control. I didn't know. Like I had no control over that situation, point period blank. But yeah, so I have not spoken to that man since 2019, and this all went down in like 2018. So like, yeah, I guess like that's it. But yeah, that's it. That's how I caught a player and played the game better than him. He tried to play me, so then I played the game better, and then he got jumped because he started talking shit about his boy, his top boy. Him and like his boy, that man and like Carlos are no longer friends anymore. Like I still talk to his boy. Like I still talk to that man who like jumped Carlos. Like I still talk to him. Like me and him are still like, we're still friends, you know? But yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I know it was really crazy and weird and like, you know, there's a lot of elements to it, but I hope you guys got it. Comment down below if you guys want me to do more story times. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.